finished a workout and I thought, why not do a video in the gym? So welcome to where I spend multiple hours out of my life, or more than multiple hours, I'd say hundreds, if not thousands of hours, in this rather pleasant but rather chilly garage. I've got an assortment of gym items, gym related items that I just picked out of the blue, and I thought I could maybe make some sounds, hang out for a bit, maybe talk a little bit about fitness. I can't see myself, so if I go out and frame at any point, just so I'm probably going to close your eyes to this anyway, but I don't know how loud I need to be. I'm quite far from the camera, so. But yeah, it's soft spoken because we're on the iPhone today, using the special cinematic feature. I know, it's crazy, yeah? Absolutely crazy. This is a foam roller, and this foam roller has come in handy many a time. It's used for sort of working out your muscles, not working them out as in like bicep curls, but working out any knots and things. Like, you're not supposed to use it like this, but there's an example on my leg here. Like you could use it to like roll it. You get the point, right? You get the point. Usually you put it on the floor and you can roll out like your hamstrings with it, or your lower back. I mainly use it for my lower back, and it's got different textures. So you can see there's like small cubic rectangles. That doesn't make sense. Cubic rectangles. You kind of get my point now. And then there's these bigger rectangular pieces on here that, yeah, they just give different textures, different sort of densities as well. So yeah, it works out like the lactic acid from your muscles. The lactic acid is the killer. It is the killer. It's what sort of builds up after a workout. So let's say, I don't know, you've done a workout on a Monday, and you wake up on a Tuesday or a Wednesday morning, because sometimes it can be a delayed feeling, but you'll feel like a pain, not a pain as in like you need to go to the hospital kind of pain, but like a tightness, a soreness around the area that you train. That's because lactic acid has built up in your muscles and it's causing them to seize. I don't know the exact science behind it, I just know it's a thing, and it can also be known as delayed onset muscle soreness, otherwise known as DOMS, D-O-M-S. And honestly, it's a sign that you've trained well, because when you're feeling sore after a workout, it means that you pushed yourself to a very good extent. It's important that you treat recovery as seriously as you treat training, and I think that's something that a lot of people miss out on. Maybe not you if you're watching this, because you obviously value your sleep enough to use a sleep aid such as this video. But yeah, a lot of people will put 110% into their workouts, and they will not treat their rest and recovery anywhere near as seriously. But I'm no angel. I have done this myself many a time, where I've been too lazy to get on the roller and roll out my muscles properly after a workout, or I've been too lazy to stretch. You're supposed to warm down, stretch. I warm up, stretch. I don't warm down, stretch, but I do try my best to use this, and also this, which is like a plastic spike ball. And this is kind of, it does the same thing, it's got the same purpose, but they're different, because this is really good for working out tight knots in your muscles. It's very hard, it's very rigid, and it's made out of plastic. It's red, if you couldn't tell. And I tend to use it for either like my feet or my upper body, because if you can put this on the floor, right, and sort of roll your foot over it, and it'll make your feet feel brand new. It's incredible, because people don't think about the muscles in your feet. And your feet constantly being used, and they never get any special attention, unless they're in absolute agony, and you need to give it some special attention. But you get my point, right? So yeah, try using this, something like this, a tennis ball, a cricket ball, something like this object can be so good for your muscles. But even this was like £5 off Amazon. What I also do is I put it against the wall, and I'll like pin it between my back or my shoulder or my neck even, and sort of lean back against the wall and move around like that. And what it does is it allows you to get into those tight places again that maybe you wouldn't necessarily be able to do completely on your own. You can have a good go of it. You can lie on the floor and do it as well. Again, use it on your lower back on the floor. I would be careful, first of all, with the amount of pressure you put on. This is a lot more intense than this, because this is foam and this is plastic. But lost my train of thought. But it is very good. It is very good. Also, be careful if you use it on a wall. I always put a towel against the wall, because this will destroy the paint. As I learned in my last home, I used it for the first time without thinking about the paint on the wall, and I left some very not very nice indents. So I never heard about the landlord from it. We got our deposit back, so you live and you learn. What else have I got here? I'm conscious that my phone camera doesn't have the best microphone. I think it's got a good aesthetic, but for more intimate tapping, you might not hear as much, especially because I'm sat miles away from the camera. If you can't guess what this is, I'll tell you, it's a 1 kilogram weight plate fit for an Olympic bar. So, Olympic bar, it's basically a 20 kilogram barbell, and I don't know what the diameter of this is, or the circumference, but it's probably about 1.5 inches, I want to say, in diameter. That's what the diameter is. I don't know, I've not been to school in a while. But yeah, these fit onto the thicker Olympic bars, and they're really good for pushing up your rep maxes without having to jump 5 kilos or 10 kilos at a time, because most bigger weight plates, the smallest you can get is 5 kilograms, like the lightest you can get is 5 kilograms. But these, you just put 1 kilogram either side, and let's say you're trying to push past an 80 kilogram bench press, and you can't quite get up 90, you could maybe go to 82 or 83 if you put 1.5 either side, put them together, and then you can use it as an increment 5, one of these each either side. If you get it to 85 and you don't have to jump by putting like 5 kilos either side, and then you can't get up, because it's a 10 kilo difference is massive when you're pushing for a rep max. So yeah, that's what these are. Very helpful. And on the topic of Olympic bars, this thing is a clip, like a safety clip that you put on the same 20 kilogram barbell, but in this instance it has like rubber on the inside, and it stops the weight from slipping off. So so again, you're on the bench and you've got a wobbly bench press, you're like, and you don't want the weights to fall off either side. Put one of these bad boys on, and they don't. Keeps it in place, so no embarrassing gym fails. However, if you're like me and you train on your own a lot, this is what you need to be careful of. Do not put these on if you're training on your own. depending on what it is you're doing. Obviously, if you're doing bench press, I would never put these on, because if you don't have squatting arms, which are basically like big things of metal to stop you from dropping the weight completely onto you. If you don't have those, and you have these on, and you fail a bench press, you get stuck under the bar and you can't get it off because the weight's won't slip off. But don't bother with these. Do it without a clip, and if you can't get that rep up, just go bang, one side, bang, the other side. Yes, it will be loud, it might be a bit uncomfortable, however it's better than dying under the bar, so I'll just leave that thought with you. What else have we got here? This is an ab roller. An ab roller, I call it, I think that's what it's called. It's Everlast. And you hold it like this, and imagine you're down on the floor, on your knees, you go forward, and then you go back, and then you go forward, and you go back, and you go forward, and you go back. As many times as you want, as many times as your core can handle. For me, I like to do 12 to 15 for 3 sets. It's very, very good core workout, and again, it's a cheap piece of equipment. And if you want a six-pack, I think it trains your lower abs. I think it trains your lower abs more. Don't quote me on that. So you want to hit multiple ab groups. I just think these kind of movements are good because it doesn't just engage your core. You know, you're using your shoulders, you're using your legs, your hips. It's a compound movement, I think. Don't quote me on that. But it's something that incorporates more than just an isolated muscle group, so that's why I like these. And it's making me want to do some. I've already trained today. I did, like I said, I just finished a workout. I trained back and biceps. Got a nice bicep pump for this video. No, that wasn't the motivation, but it's a nice add-on, I suppose. Yeah, I started off with some pull-ups. I did some barbell rows. Did some reverse flies, chest supported reverse flies, barbell curls, hammer curls, and what else? Some single arm rows, and then 20 minutes on a treadmill, because it's coming up to Christmas and I'm trying to lose this rubber ring that's going. If any of you are watching this and you're trying to do the same, then talk to me what you're doing well, or if you're struggling, talk to me in the comments, because I love talking about fitness, if you couldn't tell. And I love hearing what you guys are up to. If you've got any New Year's resolutions even, tell me about it. But yeah, that's me, really. Yeah, that was what I trained today. I'm not skipping cardio. Not yet. Just 20 minutes incline walk on the treadmill. Nothing crazy. Nothing breaking the bank. I've got one more item here actually. I can't, because I thought it'd sound good, but I don't quite know what it is, to be honest with you. My dad's into his golf, and this is supposed to be something that you stand on to help your balance, I think, or your foot placement. I don't really know. If you know what this is, then tell me in the comments, man. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool. Got this texture to it. I have to record a proper video of this thing. It sounds sick. Got a Blue Yeti on it. Such a cool sounding thing. I don't know. Oh gosh, my nose is running. I don't have a tissue. That's gross. That's really gross. Yeah, I'm quite hungry now. currently just gone 4 o'clock, and I had a steak sandwich for breakfast. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. My dad's gone nocturnal by choice, so he's ended up cooking his tea at the time I'm having my breakfast, and he saved me some steak, and I had a steak sandwich for breakfast. But anyway, I had that at like 10, and now I'm not eating anything else, so I'm a bit hungry. So I might go and satiate my stomach. That's a weird way of saying it. I'm gonna go and eat, is what I'm trying to say. We'll round off this video, and I hope that you found it relaxing, informal, potentially. Just hope you enjoyed, and that you're looking after yourself. And don't forget to tell me how you're doing with your goals, your fitness, motivation in the comments below. I want to have that conversation. So without further ado, I say thank you for watching. My name's Rob, and I'm not going to awkwardly get up and end the video because my phone is miles away. Goodbye.